calibration process is the air setting, we call it. And for that, you'll want your filling lance connected to the front of the machine, but just hanging loose in the air. So we can just let it hang. You can just let it hang down in the air. You want to take your voltmeter and if it's a voltmeter just like this one, you want to put it on 2000 M on the DC volt setting, and that's going to let us read millivolts. And I'm going to take my black lead, and it'll go on sensor common, and my red lead will go on the test tab on the bottom of the amplifier board. You'll see there's a little metal test tab sticking down. With those in those positions, and then the machine started, it'll get a little loud when I start it, so I'll just tell you now. We're going to set the voltmeter to 13 millivolts, and you do that by adjusting the bottom potentiometer on that amplifier board. So again, this one per line, so we're going to have to do this for each line. For this demonstration, we'll just do one line. One other thing to mention is when doing the calibration, the sensor override switch should be in the up position, and that'll just keep the machine running. It won't let it be satisfied at the end of the cycle. So I'll just hit the start button to the red line. Give it a second. We just want to turn on the zero potentiometer, the bottom one, until the voltmeter reads 13 to 20 millivolts. There's a little leeway there, 13 to 20 millivolts. I'm right at 15, so we'll call that good. And then we'll hit the cycle button again, and that'll stop the unit from running. Now the second step in the calibration is using the test jug and the magnehelic, and we want to put the lance in a hole that's been drilled in the test jug, and that hole needs to be the same size hole as you're using in your spacer bar. So you're actually replicating a unit with this test jug. So now that the lance is in there, we're gonna start the machine and adjust a regulator inside the machine so that we can get a positive pressure on the magnehelic. Zero would be atmospheric pressure, and anything to the right would be positive pressure, and to the left would be negative pressure or vacuum. We don't want the machine to ever run in a vacuum state, because what's going to happen is there's more vacuum than argon, and it's actually going to be sucking air from the room into that unit. It'll be constantly diluting it. So what we want is a little bit more argon than air, and that's going to keep the air from the room from entering that unit. So I'll go ahead and start the machine, and again there's one regulator per line, so we'll have to do this per line again. I'll just do one for the demonstration, and this is my red regulator here, so I'll just do this. I'll start it. You want to be somewhere on the positive side. It really depends on the manufacturer. Some will go higher, some will go lower. The nominal setting is a 1/2 inch, so I'll just set it at a 1/2 inch positive on the magnehelic, and then I'll stop it. And again, it's each manufacturer, they kind of set the pressure setting however they want. The manufacturer recommends a 1/2 inch positive pressure. If you do go higher than that, you risk blowing up the units. You can actually balloon them. They'll swell and balloon up and can explode. But the machine will fill that unit faster when you're one hole filling, if that pressure is turned up. The next voltage measurement that we're going to take is with the machine seeing 100% argon. The first setting, the zero setting, was was no argon present, and now we want to tell the machine what 100% argon looks like. So now on my voltmeter again, I'm still on DC volts, but I'm going to change the range to 20, and that just puts it on a different scale. And I want to take my black lead and put it on the common, again on the same amplifier board that I'm adjusting, that I previously adjusted. And then my red lead on the output screw, and you can see it's just right in the screw terminals. And then I want to start the line again, and I'm going to confirm that I still have a positive pressure on the MagnaHelic, and then I'm going to do one adjustment here on this potentiometer to get 5 volts on my voltmeter. When all that's been done, I can verify that the machine will shut off by itself by putting the sensor override switch down, and you can hear the machine is beeping. The end of the cycle has been completed and the machine is now ready to use, or that line is. So you'll have to go through the calibration for each line.